Hello and welcome to each one of you. Welcome to Edukemy's YouTube channel, and I'm here to present the feature news for today, that is of 20th of October 2021. The feature news for today is on National Urban Digital Mission. And before that, I would like to wish good evening to Sam, good evening Bhavani, good evening to all the watchers here. All right. So yesterday was a holiday. What was the occasion? It was Eid. Yesterday was the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, and that is the reason that we had it off, right? So just a few specific days around the year, we do not have the Gazette magazine and videos. I'm talking of those 12-13 days on which the nation tries to celebrate occasions. For example, Diwali, Dussehra, a couple of Eids, and then we have Holi, 3 national holidays, that is 2nd October, right? All those things. So yesterday was one of them, and that is the reason that we did not have it, right? So largely we will ensure that we cover a lot of articles for you. Anything that is important for UPSC, that will be covered. Nothing to worry on that front, right? So right now we begin the featured discussion for today. The featured discussion for today, as I mentioned, is on National Urban Digital Mission, right? Now we have had missions for urban India, missions for rural India as well, right? We have had missions called as Amrut, Smart Cities missions. But what is this Urban Digital Mission about? See, cities are places where non-agricultural activity is followed, right? And so non-agricultural activity, this is one quality, one characteristics of a city, non-agriculture. The second quality of a city is people come here for ease of life, EOL. And non-agricultural activity, can I call it as employment? Yes, employment, or economy. So economy and ease of life. We are trying to mix both of them, ease of life and economy, through the help of technology, through the help of digital technology. And this is what we are trying to do at National Urban Digital Mission, right? The country is at a place, our country is at a place where there is a huge burgeoning urban population, right? But it is not calculated as urban. They are in the urban fringes. There are huge number of slums in the country, right? So approximately around 11% of approximately, in fact, 25% of big cities at places, they are having slums, right? There are states where the urbanization level, which has been calculated, is very low. Although there are urban areas, but the urbanization, according to government parameters, notification of government, is not there. So urban schemes are not able to run there. So there are various lacunae. In between that, India has had its policy declaration that India will be a $5 trillion economy by the year 2024-2025, and a $10 trillion economy by the year 2030. Right now we are somewhere around $2.5 trillion economy. 2.5 to 5. If we want to cover this space in such a short time, we have to be very fast. And urban India is the driver. Urban India is the engine for it. So around 50%, in fact, even little more than that, of GDP is produced at urban areas. And urban population right now is judged to be little more than 30% in our country. See, this is the actual representation, and that means government representation, 30-31%. But if you actually see, the urban population is far more than that. The census, what census says is that urban areas are those which have a population density of 400 persons per square kilometer, people with more than 5,000 in population, and 75% of male working population should be non-agricultural activities. These areas will later be notified as urban areas. 75% of male. Do remember that male is the word, and this is controversial. Why male? That is a different thing, but it is in government documents, and that is what I am saying. Census definition of urban area. All those places which are notified. For example, municipal notified areas, military cantonment areas, those are the urban areas. But many of such areas which actually qualify in this, they have not been notified. They are still considered as rural areas, which are actually urban, right? So in this context, we will understand why this scheme introduced, what are the various layers of the scheme, and how is it going to help the urban scenario in our country, right? So before that, a quick understanding about urban areas here. Now, this National Urban Digital Mission has been initiated by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This is one. And the other one is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Why? Because MeitY is the one which is going to develop the digital infrastructure, right? So do remember, these are two associated ministries associated, Along with that, what is the goal? To create a shared digital infrastructure for urban India, right? Across three pillars: people, process, platforms, right? So they are going to provide the support to cities, towns of our countries, right? What is the main idea? To provide these kind of services to the whole country by the year 2024. So what is it going to link? It is going to link people to government services, to all the kind of services. So citizen centric is the main idea, and then we have government, urban local bodies, and along with that the private organizations, and then startups, researchers, all of them linked, but keeping citizens at the center. So this is the main agenda of urban digital mission, right? Getting back to our featured article, it says very clearly that these are the times when the urban India is not very much empowered right now. Why? See, India has a low level of urbanization as compared to other countries. So developing countries like China, Brazil, even South Africa, we are talking of BRICS nation, China has 60% of urbanization. Brazil has 86%, South Africa has 64%, and India has only 30+% of urbanization. What does this indicate? This indicates that formally government will not be running urban programs in those areas which are not designated as urban. Although it deserves to be in urban status, but we don't have such programs running. So we have low level of urbanization formally. This is one issue. The second one is weak municipal finances. We have studied it in one of the editorials a month back about the financial structure. The central government has maximum finances, then the state government, and then the urban or rural local bodies have minimal finance. They also depend on the finance that has been given to them, right? And although a good change here is the municipal bonds, municipal corporations can initiate a bond and they can take loan from public and they can return it back if they are making profits. So this is a good case of that, but largely there are weak financial structures and they have to depend on the superior government, state government, central government for finances. Not only that, the urban planning, that planning is largely top to down, right? So central government plans something for the state government and state government plans something for the urban and rural local bodies, and this is how the planning flows. But local requirements could be actually very, very different, right? So a local requirement for a city like Mumbai will be very different from local requirement for a city like Pune. But Maharashtra government is having a common plan for all of them. So this is the kind of planning that is not required. We require a down to top approach of planning, right? So even if you talk about planning, only less than half of the urban areas have got master plans created for them, right? So in this context, let me remind, we have covered Delhi 2041 master plan, right? Draft master plan Delhi 2041, and we have explained about all the issues of urban areas there. Now, this is associated with digitization, right? You can cover that, you can search that on YouTube, Delhi master plan Edukemy, you will get that, right? Now, we also have asymmetric urbanization. There are states where there is such low level of urbanization formally. For example, Bihar, just 10% of urbanization. Himachal Pradesh, just 10% again. And on the other hand, we have industrial states like Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, around 50% of urbanization in those states. Now, this creates asymmetry in the way government can create a policy, right? So, right now, government has got one size fits all policy. एक जूता 8 नंबर का होगा, सबको वही पहनना पड़ेगा. All the states will have to wear the same kind of policy, which is not practically possible because different places have got different urbanization levels, right? There's less amount of infrastructure, although there are figures here, but 60% waste processed, but actually the amount of waste effectively processed is not even 20%. Waste collection itself is very less. And waste processing, plastic processing, we are talking of all that in urban areas. What about presence of potable water, drinking water in households? It is very less in urban areas, right? The availability of services of buses. So these are the kind of problems that we are talking of. But now let us look at the issue that are related to this. Because of this, we are not making things citizen centric. It is centric to whatever government has to do, right? Just as a matter of duty, they fulfill something and it is not completed for citizens, right? The process are non-scalable. They are not scalable. You cannot increase the operation in case the people in the adjoining areas, they come into the space again. So we have to make processes which are more digital. Let me come to some of the very good examples immediately right after this. And because of this, it becomes cost heavy. Cost heavy means because it is not scalable, we have to put in more cost, and delivery time of the project also, it increases. So this is where the National Urban Digital Mission, it jumps in and says, we can come to the rescue. See, let me give you a very simple example of this. Consider the transport system, urban transport system, urban transport system. Now, do we know right now, if you are based in a city like Meerut, okay, let us consider a bigger city. If you are based in a city like Delhi, do you know what time your bus will come, arrive at your bus stop? We do not know that. But urban digital system will ensure that the timings of all the rapid transport systems and local transport systems, they are available to people for them to use. Not only that, urban transport system will also ensure that the traffic lights are automated, operational, and they are based on efficiency. That means if you drive at a speed of 40 to 60, the light will always be green for you. If you ride at a faster speed, it will turn red for you, right? If you drive at a constant speed of 40 to 60 km per hour, it will always be green light for you wherever you go. So these are the kind of urban transformation I'm talking of, right? People centric, helping them reduce fuel costs, helping them commute from one place to another, right? So these are the kind of systems that we are talking of, urban transport. Let us look at another system, right? Waste management. Now, in case I want to contribute, see, we all have got these kind of waste at our homes, like tube lights, and they are waste. But I do not know actually where to dispose them off. I just don't know. I have to search for some NGO online. That is what I can do. Otherwise, if I throw it off in my dustbin, garbage bin, tomorrow the cow might even, by mistake inject it, and it will actually create, havoc for its own system, intestine system, the whole system, because the particles of that, these particles of the tube light, it might lead to internal bleeding in the system. So we should have a system in which we should know how the urban solid waste, liquid waste, all of these waste are getting managed in the urban areas, right? The complete supply chain management, and how we can contribute to it, how we can participate in it. Suppose I want to start a business, how do I do that, right? So all these things have to be automated. Now currently government has done this to a level, right? The JAM Trinity, that is Jan Dhan and Aadhaar, and then we have mobile services. They have effectively worked at some levels for financial systems, one of the largest financial systems being produced with the help of India Stack, right? So this is happening in the financial domain, but there are a lot of other services required, right? Transport services, then we have the waste management services. Not only that, education, health, hospitals, right? Look at a simple example of parks. Do we have an idea on the app, any app, where how many parks are available in Delhi state, where all we can go and utilize the services of a park, right? Ecosystem services, we don't know. So this is how it will help us, right? Through urban digital mission, right? This is the main idea. What will they do? Now this is being aided through National Institute of Urban Affairs. They are the one who are going to handle this complete ecosystem through the automated digital systems, right? They will not only design and make the architecture, they will also be a thinking body in it, right? So keeping the person at the center, they will have civil society, government, academics, and industry, all of them designing the system to make the life of an individual easier. This is the main agenda of urban digital mission, National Urban Digital Mission. This is where I would like to point. Whenever you come across an issue like this, where there are a lot of points to be presented, you have to present them with specific examples and try to cover the heading here, maybe small explanation in a few phrases, and then put an example right across, right? Just like I put some couple of examples, you got to put these kind of examples there, right? So through these kind of mechanisms, there will be the vicious cycle of the regressive cycle of urban areas that will be broken up by the urban digital mission. This is what we have covered, right? So India has a huge number of cities and townships, right? They are also going to rise in the coming time. We will have more than 50% of urban population before 2050. Because we will start to rate more of these bodies as urban areas, right? Those rural bodies also as urban areas because of the immediate requirement. And therefore, what is required is to give these kind of services, digital services in urban areas. This will help in multiple ways. Now, after having understood various perspectives to this article and what this urban digital mission is going to do, all you got to do is think about all the perspectives and attempt this question. Discuss the need for developing digital infrastructure in urban areas in India. How will National Urban Digital Mission build an effective urban digital infrastructure? So while you look at this question, it says discuss the need. First part is discuss the need for developing digital infrastructure. And then how will NUDM build an effective urban digital infrastructure? How will this come to aid? So these are not two different segregated parts, very coherent. First part of the question can be addressed first, and then second part. So what is the need for developing digital infrastructure? It is given in the beginning of the article. It talks about the lacunae, the shortcomings. For example, we need digital infrastructure here to be able to manage the finances, right? It also increases the accountability of the local urban bodies. Not only that, you can look at the growth of the urban areas and less number of services available to people. Services not available. Not only that, what is the need for developing a digital infrastructure in urban areas? We need digital infrastructure to provide more facilities to people, right? Make their life easier, right? And give examples accordingly. So present 4-5 of the points here in the need, discuss the need and with points. And after that, you also have to provide how will NUDM help effectively. Present a couple of beautiful examples also alongside, right? So this is how your article for today gets covered. Do ensure that you write something, right? Now I'll take up a question. Is Gurgaon a privately owned suburban area? How does government services work there? Naveen says, I usually watch it offline. That's fine, Naveen, up to you. See, Gurugram is one of the cities in Haryana, right? Important city in Haryana with a good amount of revenue creation. Before that, quite a few are watching this video online. All I request all of you is to share some love through just the likes, that will do. Yeah, that will do for now. So Gurgaon is not only a city in Haryana, it is also a part of National Capital Region, right? NCR territory. And that is the reason that central government has got some authority over the land development in Gurugram, right? Certain, so only certain. State government also has certain powers there. And that is why both of these bodies ensure how the infrastructure has to be created in Gurugram area, right? So policing, for example, policing is a state subject. So policing is under the Haryana police, but in case the central government has some, something to handle there, the central government will also take part there. But similarly, then there is something called as land management in the NCR territory, right? So central government handles that. Central government actually handles land, real estate, policing, and a couple of more services in the NCR region, right? Because this is a sensitive area. This is an area for more care, right? There are diplomats coming in and important dignitaries coming in. So the government, central government has taken up some important urban areas, for example, Mumbai as well, some components of Mumbai, some components of Delhi region they have taken up. So this is how they handle this, right? So otherwise, Gurgaon itself is a city, right? It is handled largely by the state government, and then there is a municipal authority also, right? And in Gurgaon, in fact, in police, if you consider policing, it is a commissionary. So it is an advanced state of policing in Gurgaon. That is how it is managed. Amlan also talks about drainage systems, which is a big challenge. Yes, absolutely. Drainage system in the urban areas is a big challenge, which leads to flooding, right? And Gurgaon is one of the places which is subjected to flooding, right? Now, this is where I must point out a couple of important reasons that cause flooding. One is the issue of plastic waste handling. It is not handled well, and it blocks a lot of drainage pipes. And then we have another important issue related to urban flooding, that is about the sedimentation, right? So a lot of sediments, they are caught up in the drainage pipes and they need to be cleared out. They are not cleared out before the monsoon season, and during monsoon they again choke the whole place. And the third one are the stormwater drainage. I have shown you the images a number of times. Stormwater drainages are those drainages which are located alongside the roads, right? Those drainages in which water pours in. Now, in case the whole channel is not free, then it will get choked again. So these are a few important issues which are related to urban water management, especially the drainage management. Now, this is only related to the rainwater, right? What about the sewage management? That is also part of drainage, right? And this is where I'll recommend you to watch the Delhi Master Plan for 2041. A good way out they have given is that alongside the drainages, why not build these green lanes also along the blue lanes, that is the drainage lanes? Why not build these blue lanes, that green lanes, that is the tree lanes? If we have the tree lanes, they will absorb the liquid component. They will also grow because of the nutrition in the sewage content, right? And they will also provide a lot of green cover. Alongside, they will also try to purify the ecosystem of the sewage, right? Natural purifier. So this is the kind of planning that we are talking of at urban areas, right? So this is where we come to the conclusion of this discussion. I would like you to shower some love through likes, right? And we will see you again at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow evening, right, for the Gazette and current affairs discussion live, and 6:30 for the feature news discussion. So if you have doubts, do put those questions in, and if you like this effort, do shower some love through likes, comments, and shares. So you subscribe to the channel, you will receive timely updates as well. Thank you for watching.